great in some games and played not so great in some games.
Did you ask Walter the same question about us? Yeah, I think you can ask the same question about Evansville. You can ask about us, but it's interesting, Todd, because we're sitting here and it's February the 8th, and we haven't seen these guys the entire conference race, and I'm sure they're saying the same thing. So that's a little unusual. This may be the latest that I can remember that we haven't played somebody at this point in time. So it's kind of a break, you know, kind of a deal. We got a new team that we haven't seen. We've all watched them. And they've certainly had nights where they're unbelievable, and they've had nights just like us where they've really struggled. But it's a different ball team. They're not running as much motion anymore. They're not a motion-oriented basketball team. They're extremely offensive-minded. There's two things that I think that our fans will be aware of. They shoot a ton of threes. They'll shoot anywhere from 26. There have been games where they've shot over 30 threes. The other anomaly is KJ Riley. This is something I've never seen in all my years. There's always got to be that one guy that has the most free throw attempts, but he's got the most free throw attempts of anybody in the country. To put that in perspective, our leading free throw shooter is Aaron Cook at 88 attempts. KJ Riley has shot 188 free throws. In conference play, Aaron Cook has shot 46 free throws. KJ Riley shot 90. So he's double. Our next highest free throw shooter is at 29. So he's triple what anybody else would shoot, or triple the amount of free throws that Armand would shoot. So I just think that is an interesting sidebar going into this game. He scores half of his points from the free throw line, and he's their leading scorer.
And he's nothing like Reed Timber. He's not somebody that makes a lot of head fakes.
Yeah, I agree, Todd. It's how do I say this? It's a unique. He will shoot some shots that have no chance of going in, none. But he gets fouled. He's just good at getting fouled. And when you shoot that many free throws, you have to be cognizant of it. You really do. And Aaron's going to guard him for the majority of the game, so this will be a big challenge for Aaron, not only to not foul him, but to keep him under control.
John Hall averages 7.5 rebounds for them in the Valley. Is that going to give you trouble, even with Eric and Kavion in the paint getting rebounds?
Well, I think anytime somebody gets that, I mean, it's an emphasis of us to get John off the glass. He does such a good job of it. When you shoot that many threes, they have one, what I refer to as one true five-man, and they bring Danius off the bench. So this has always been a team that's given us some issues when you have a mobile five like Kuhlman is or John is, and that'll be a big challenge for us is how Kavion can guard those guys on the perimeter.
I'm sure you're just, I don't sound this to be a bad question, Barry, but just, are you frustrated that this team just seems to play better when they're 10 points down? And how do you think that's ever going to change, or is that something you can actively try?
Yeah, I hope to change it. I don't like being 10 points down, but it's also, I look at it the other way. It's encouraging that our guys don't quit. Since the Loyola game, we've not gotten to that point where our guys have stopped. I think that's an encouraging factor. I really do. Prior to Loyola, UMass, Murray State, Loyola, I'm missing one game, but there were games in there where we just shut down. And we didn't compete. So I look at it the other way, Todd. I would prefer not to. It's not that we're not starting games good, because our stats show us that we're leading after the first media timeout. Our problem is that mid-first half substitution, and then we get behind, and we've got to get out of that mode.
Coach, one of your recruits, Chris Payton, left his high school team for personal reasons. What his coach said, do you have a comment for that?
Well, I could tell you I talked to Chris and talked to him at length last night, and told him that we are certainly, he's in our thoughts and our prayers. And I just said the most important thing is you have to take care of what you need to take care of. And I don't think it has an effect on us at all. There wasn't any conversation with the effect that it would have on us. I just wanted to make sure that he knew that we want him to be okay. And this is something that he said he needs to take care of, and it'll be taken care of.
Coach, 4 of your last 7 games are going to be here at home. How big is that for you guys?
You know, quite frankly, we've played better on the road in most occasions, but I think it's big. I mean, 4 of our last 7, and they're the top 3 teams coming in. So I like that. I know our fans will be happy about that. You got a senior night with Illinois State. You got Loyola coming here the game before that. And we got Drake right after this game. So you've got 1, 2, and 3 coming in here, and what a great opportunity for us. What a great opportunity for our fans to see that. So, you know, we welcome them. It's good. I mean, you know, anytime you play 2 back-to-back road games and you're on a bus, it's nice to come home and not have to get on a bus.
Pippen, from the first game to this game, Barry, how does he improved just when he's an aggressive player?
When we get him the ball and he's in the zone, he's pretty good, isn't he? You know, he showed the other night. This will be an interesting game because offensively we think he can score, but we think they'll come and double him really hard after what he just did. It'll be an interesting game because he's going to have to guard a little bit on the perimeter, and that's always kind of been a challenge to him. So it's a chess match now with him out there starting this game. But we hope that we just hope he continues to trend, because the other nights, as well as I've seen him play facing the basket and with his back to the basket, that was a pretty good display.
You think, will Evansville play a lot of zone against us or man-to-man?
Marvin, their last game, they played 35% zone. Not a lot of people play us zone. Our stats show that we're excellent against zone. So not a lot of people don't play us zone. But something's going on out there.
Usually, the last coach they had, you know, it was man-to-man or nothing. Just
Sure.
about, you know, so I was just asking.
Yeah, they have shown they press. They do a little bit like what Missouri State does. They'll press on a made shot. They'll press on a dead ball. But they'll play some 2-3 zone, and it's a little different how they do it. They extend it and match it up a little bit. So, yes, I do anticipate they'll play some zone on us. They went to zone second possession, if I'm not mistaken, against Indiana State.
As usual, would you say Riley is the go-to? They always have a go-to guy, it seems like.
It's an interesting question because I asked our staff that same question this morning. We always refer it to, is he the head of the snake? I do think he's the head of the snake, but I think their go-to guy off the dribble is Marty Hill. KJ's the go-to guy to go get fouled. Marty Hill's the guy that they really.
Hill's still playing?
Marty Hill's still playing.
In your opinion, is Pippen not pursued by the NBA as much as we would think because he's not a three-point shooter necessarily? Or is there other things that he will need to improve to play at that level or get a chance at that level?
Todd, that's a hard question. I really don't know how to answer it. I'll do my best. All of these guys have been seen by NBA scouts. We've had NBA scouts at our games. We've had NBA scouts in our game in Vegas. There are no hidden secrets. There are no hidden treasures. These guys, if you go on, there are so many websites that dissect these guys, every move of what they do and what they don't do. I do think he's going to have an opportunity to play professionally. At what level that is, I have no idea. I used to think I could tell you this guy's a pro, this guy's a pro. I used to be able to, and even when I left Kansas, go, oh, he's a pro, and they couldn't even make it at the next level. So I'm just, you just never know. But the league has changed. The league has changed. There was an article last year, the back to the basket big guy is no longer in the NBA. Those guys are a dinosaur now. And most big guys now have to be able to face up and be able to pass and shoot the ball from the perimeter, and for some of them even deep. So I do think the game of basketball has changed specifically at the pro level, and I think it's trickling down to us.
Not to get ahead of myself a little bit, but Peyton, going back to Peyton, would he ever be a candidate for a mobile 5 guy?
Yeah, I think he's mobile, period. I think he's that type of player. We really recruited him as a mobile 4, but but the way the game's going now, and your 5s are face-up guys, mobile, all that stuff, yeah. So, I mean, kids just want to play. We've kind of gotten out of the point now where we don't put numbers on them anymore. We only have 2 numbers on our players right now. Kavion's a 5, Aaron Cook's a point guard, so that's pretty much it. Everybody else is just kind of on the perimeter.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Okay, guys, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.